God heard David's prayer. He forgave David and he made David a promise. I will make you great, David, and one day a king will be born into your family, and he will heal the whole world. Did you know that David was songwriter?
Was a songwriter too.
Was a songwriter too. In fact, his songs were so good, and they might have been in the
top 40 charts. That's the top 40 best hits of the year, if they'd have been invented then. That's an American term, so you'd have a little trouble. It's top 40. Okay, that's which is no longer have anymore. I'll start. David's songs are like prayers. They are called psalms. That's what they are. The psalms, when you hear that in the Bible, they are actually songs, and these were the lyrics of the songs that David.
He is really famous king, you know.
David's songs are like prayers. They are called psalms, and this one is called the Song of the Shepherd. It is probably number one of the psalm charts, and it goes like this. This is his probably his most famous song.
Yes.
Okay. God is my shepherd, and I am his little lamb. He feeds me. He guides me. He looks after me. I have everything I need. Inside my heart is very quiet as lying still in the soft green grass in a meadow by a little stream. Even when I walk through the dark, scary, lonely places, I won't be afraid because my shepherd knows where I am. He is here with me. He keeps me safe. He rescues me. He makes me strong and brave.
Those are famous verse.
That's a famous song. It's called the Good Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah.
Now the English says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He feeds me. He guides me.
Right.
And these are what God does. I'll just read again. God is my shepherd, and I am his little lamb. He feeds me. He guides me. He looks after me. I have everything I need. Inside my heart is very quiet as lying in the soft green grass in a meadow by a little stream. In other words, it's very peaceful. It's very content. Even when I walk through the dark, scary, lonely places, I won't be afraid because my shepherd knows where I am. He is here with me and keeps me safe. He rescues me. He makes me strong and brave. And that's a prayer that you can always. David said it, and you can do those things too. Okay.
A little servant girl and the proud general.
This is the slave girl. This is from Naaman. This is from 2 Kings. It's a chapter in the Bible, chapter 5.
It's
Naaman.
Naaman was a very important man in a very important army of a very important country.
Okay, he wasn't from Israel. He was from another country.
So you see, he was very, very, very important. But Naaman was sick. He had what is leprosy?
Leprosy is a skin disease.
Yeah, skin disease.
It's a bacteria, and they would have boils and everything that would come on your body. And the problem with it was contagious. They didn't understand modern biology. We still have leprosy to this day. But what happens is you could contaminate other people. So lepers, people were afraid of them because they would get sick around them. So they had to live by themselves.
Yeah, that's why that people doesn't want to involve with that people who has this disease, you know.
They used to have bells on them when they would come, so that people could get out of their way. So they would always have to go around, and they have to ring bells when they would walk.
That happened.
They still have that.
Yeah, in that time, but in that time it is worse compared to here.
Compared to today. They still have it nowadays, but it was very, very. It was like a death sentence because you do die from it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like cancer of the skin.
Yeah.
It was very, very bad. Okay. But Naaman was sick. He had leprosy. Okay, which is a nasty thing that stops you from feeling anything. Part of the problem is that actually bits of your skin fall off. Actually, your fingers fall off.
Yeah.
Your face, parts of you can die from it.
Yeah. In Indonesia that we call that disease penyakit kusta deh.
Oh, penyakit kusta.
Iya, kan kamu that you remember about in the Bible there are 10 people who has that disease with kusta.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Bits of you fall off without you not
Noticing.
noticing, like brushed fingers and
Yep.
squished toes.
Because one of the things that leprosy does is you have no feeling in your fingers or your feet. So you can hurt yourself and you don't even realize it.
It might sound funny, but it wasn't. And Naaman certainly wasn't laughing. There was no cure. It never went away, and in the end, it killed him. Naaman needed help. Now there was a little slave girl who worked for Naaman, and she knew someone who could help him. But there was a problem. Naaman was her enemy. Not long before, Naaman had led an army raid on her home in Israel. He had killed her whole family, carried her off to
Syria.
Syria.
Syria. That is a country that's north of Israel.
Syria.
Syria. Syria. They're actually here in the news now
Yeah.
because it is still a country and they're having a civil war. Okay.
And made her into his slave. Every night she cried herself to sleep. She had lost everything. Why would she of all people, want to help Naaman? Didn't she hate him and want to hurt him back? Didn't she want to make him pay for the wrong he did done? That's what you would expect, but instead of hating him, she loved him. Instead of hurting him, she forgave him.
Yeah, that's great.
I
want Naaman to get well, she said to her What is mistress?
Mistress is the woman who watches over her. She was, in other words, she was a slave to the mistress. This was the woman who owned her as a slave.
Slave itu budak deh, budak. In Indonesia that we say it budak.
I know.
Okay.
There's a man in Israel called Elijah who can heal him. I'll go, said Naaman, loading up his wagons and putting on his flashing armor.
Very bright, very
Yeah.
powerful. It's a sign that
Armor.
you're an important, powerful man.
But I'll go to the place because that's where someone important like me gets healed. So he hurried off to Israel and went straight to the king. My healing, please, he announced.
Yeah, also. I can do a lot of things, the king replied, but only God can heal. Just then, a message from Elijah arrived. Send Naaman here, it read. So Naaman hurried off to Elijah's house, but Elijah didn't even not come out and greet him. He just sent a servant instead. Doesn't Elisha realize who I am? I'm Nathan. Nathan thought. In other words, I'm an important person. What do you mean you're not coming out to see me? Back then, important people, you would come out, you would bow to them. And Elijah's like, just send a message. I'm sending my servant girl to you, which was almost considered disrespectful in that culture. It's hard to explain that. But if you're a king or you're important, you're supposed to come, you're supposed to bow. He's like, I'm sending my servant girl. And he's like, and he's saying like, what is that? His servant? He said, didn't Elisha realize who I am? In other words, I'm important.
Yeah.
You're supposed to acknowledge that I'm important. But what the servant said next made him even crosser. That means madder. Wash in there, he said. Just wash? Naaman laughed. In that slimy, stinky river, because there was a river there, it had mud and everything such as that. And he looked around and see this was some kind of joke. It wasn't. Any person can wash in the river, he thought. I'm Naaman. I'm important. So in other words, even though he wanted help, he still says, I'm this great person. Bow down to me. I should do something important so God will heal me. In other words, because I'm such an important person, God will ask me to do something great. And because of that greatness, I'll earn it and God will do it.
And he rode off in a rage. Of course, you and I both know that's not how God does thing. And all Naaman needed was nothing. It was the one thing Naaman didn't have.
God knew that Naaman was even sicker on the inside than he was on the outside. Excuse me. Naaman was proud. He thought he didn't need God. His heart didn't work properly. He couldn't feel anything. So in other words, Naaman's problem wasn't his outside body was sick, but his real problem was spiritual. He was sick on the inside. He was proud. He was arrogant. And God wanted to show this to him. His heart didn't work properly. He couldn't feel anything. You see, Naaman had leprosy of the heart. In other words, his heart was dying, not just his body. God was not only going to heal Naaman's skin, but he was going to heal his pride.